It is just about that time. Mr. Huber, how you doing? And Josh Warmke, Pete Dog, Super Duty, how you doing? Well, it's just about dinner time. And I need to beg your indulgence for a little bit. It is a bit of a mess in here. Been doing some carpentry today. So it's been a little bit slower than I want it to be, but we woke up again, so we're all good. Hey, Miss Lynn, how you doing? I always appreciate you coming in. Margaret, how you doing? So tonight, of course, you had your choices to make. Hey, you bought the Food Ninja Foodie. Hopefully it delivers what you need it to. It does what it doesn't blow up on you. Like I've had my share of pieces of equipment that were good. I've had my share that were bad, and some that just ran their course. Like 2 days ago, my hot plate decided it want to go kerflooey. Stuff fell off the top shelf up here and broke something on the internals. It stopped working. So we just do not have a hot plate anymore temporarily. But we're not going to let that stop us to do what we need to do. We will find other ways to do what we're going to do. So we're going to let a few more people come in. Hey, Shelly Michelle, how you doing? A number 2 for Shelly Michelle. Outstanding. All right, so like I said, I have been doing some construction, so let me move you around here a little bit. So give you the behind the scenes kind of tour here. All right, so see if I can't block out that light there. There we go. At least a little bit. All right, so you are sitting on a tripod here. That's where you're normally going to sit. So we're just going to take this out the way real quick because we need to show you what we're doing here. There we go. So in the past, the computer sat here, but I built this little shelf here to give a little bit more utility. Use the space a little bit more intelligence to the use of the space. Maybe not, we're not gaining space, but we're using it better. So instead of having things sitting on top of the printer, now I have room to put my hand in. I can lift it up. I can access all the buttons. I can put the cord off to the side, whatnot, and I can leave the printer just as it is. I don't have to worry about pulling it out, pushing it back. I can just leave it right there. And we have this shelf up here, which all my pots and pans are here right now. They are not going to stay here. They're just here temporarily while we're doing some construction, some carpentry. Try to get this out the way here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's crap. Well, whatever. So this cabinet right here, up here I have a basket full of kitchen tools, little container over there. I just got stuff thrown in there for the moment. But this kitchen cabinet here on the passenger side of the truck, because that's the passenger drawer right up there. Passenger seat, passenger window right there. All right, so what I've had in here up to this point has been some Walmart, 3-drawer, little units, plastic. If you've seen them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They served their function for about 3 years. I got about 3 years worth of use out of them. But something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and because I have somebody on the truck now, I had my friend on the truck. I needed to make better use of the space, like I did right above the printer here. So I took those drawers out. I took the door off, so I had the maximum amount of room I could get the biggest shelving unit in here. So here we go. So I built this this box here. Let me get my foot out of the way. So I built a plywood box. I got slide out drawer. Got my Instapot under there. Like I said, I'm not fully complete with it yet. So I'm going to add one more shelf here, here, and possibly here. Probably going to put minimum of 2 shelves in, maybe 3 more shelves. Maybe. It's depend on, the height of the things that are in each shelf. So once I get a minimum 2 more shelves in here, all my pots and pans and stuff's going to fit in there. All my spices and food stuffs are going to fit in there. And on the front of the shelf, I got a little 1.5 inch cleat on the front. I got about a 2.5 inch piece on the back, so things don't fall out the back. Hopefully. No. So everything will have a better place than what it has had, up till today. So things like, my cutting board here, I can set right up on top and it'll stay there. I mean, there's a bar that's supposed to be for clothes hangers, but that's just going to hold the, I got to put another, I can put another flat piece here along the back side here on the top so that this doesn't fall down. But that's my intention with that. Like I said, we're going to try to make it as efficient as possible. So, as you see, Christina is finish up the laundry. When she gets back in the truck, then we can really get things going. But this is the new setup, and I was very fortunate. I mean, the back of the cabinet here has got a curve to it, which I thought might limit the amount of space I have, but I measured it just right, and I'm still able to close the door here. So I got to adjust this little latch here. I got to bring that out a little bit forward so that catches a little bit better. But that's a minor thing. So let's I'll just leave this open. I can actually leave it open now. So we're going to put the tripod back into place here. There you go. Set that right there. And you can go back up in your normal position there. Here we go. All right. So, HTC, how you doing? I am doing well. We are here in Mount Vernon, Illinois. We are at the Hucks, which is the Flying J, here on exit 95, if I remember correctly, on I-57 here in Illinois. We are heading up with this load up to the little place just south of Terre Haute, Indiana, right up I-70, a little bit south. But, all right, the reason for the season, the reason that we're all here, let me find my little list here, if I can. I don't see my other clipboard. All right, well, whatever. Okay, so the meal choices for this week: chicken fajitas or beef burritos, whichever I've had the fancy for. Number 2, New York strip with mushrooms, onions, mashed potatoes, and a vegetable. And, of course, a good sauce to go with that. You can't have a good steak without a good sauce. And the mashed potatoes need a gravy. If we do mashed potatoes, They need a gravy. So, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. Number 3, I believe, was meatloaf with mashed potatoes and vegetable, of course. Number 4 was potato soup with fresh made croutons and, like broccoli or something to go with that. Broccoli with cheese, I think we were going to do. Number 5 was stuffed peppers. Bell peppers, stuffed. So we have a decision pretty much. HTC in Nebraska, going to Portland. Oh my God! Well, we all know how that place is right now. Yeah, pasta, meat, and salad. There you go. But the winner of the meal, even though Miss Shelley waited till the absolute last minute to put on her vote, was actually up until this moment a tie between the New York strip steak and the bell peppers. So, the winner is a Happy Meal from McDonald's. No, just kidding. The winner is New York strip. So we are going to have a nice steak dinner. And Miss Lynn, you only get one choice. Now, while I was at the very last minute, because I was doing cabinetry, I was working outside, had all my tools and stuff out there. 4 o'clock came around. Oh my God, let's put this away. So I threw everything back in the truck as neatly and organized as I could. Blah 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 blah. So then I ran over to the Walmart, which is right next door, literally. So I went over there, grabbed some New York strip steaks. These aren't the absolute best, but they're pretty decent. While I was in there, my world, my way, Helen, how you doing? So while I was in there, I picked up a couple of filet mignons. That's for a day or so away. A little bit of a treat. We're going to have a little bit of bread. So we picked up a couple of these brioche rolls. We're going to do a little bit of a garlic bread with this. And let's see. Got 2 Pepsis, $1.80 each. I needed something. Some vitamin D, $7.88. The brioche is $4. The filet mignon was $16.37 for both of those, and the New York strip, $10.76. This is 1.2 pounds of New York strip. It's not terribly fatty. I would like a little bit more fat. I would like to be a little bit thicker. This is just a little bit under an inch. An inch and a half steak would be perfect for me, but there you go. So like I said, we're going to have a little bit of garlic bread, and this will be all done without the benefit of a hot plate. So we're going to use my panini grill here. Let's see if we can't open this up here. Gotta wipe that down. I got some kind of one of my powders up here is leaking a little bit, so we gotta wipe this down a little bit, but whatnot. So hot plate here, a heating element plate here, heating element plate here. Fat drips off down here, but we do what we can do. So this is going to be our main cooking thing. Well, that's the whole point of cooking, to feed you when you get hungry. I mean, it tells you right there. I mean, Right there. Sunday night dinner. Come on, Helen. Let's get with it. All right, so, like I said, all kinds of stuff on the bed. I gotta move around. You know, taking stuff out of the cabinets, now trying to put them back in. Just gonna take a little bit of time. Brad Parks, how you doing? All right, so let's see if we can't move some things around whilst we are chitter-chattering. All right, so now, unfortunately, like I said, it's kind of a last-minute thing today. So I ask you to indulge me and have a little pity on me. All right. So I'll stick that right there for a moment. So we need a plate. Got a plate. Here we go. So we're going to get our steaks started here. Now the steaks, we're going to basically just season up, in a simple manner. Let's see here. Need a bag for the old trash. And I think this one from Walmart will do. See if I can find my salt. Here we go. Need to find me some pepper. It's around here somewhere. Pardon me. A little bit of black pepper. And we will find other things as we can. All right, so we're going to be using our Instant Pot. HTC, I'd rather you concentrate on your driving. Your safety is much more important than some knucklehead doing some cooking in the truck. But I do appreciate you coming. I have all the lives up to watch later on, so please feel free to watch later. I'm more than happy with that. Hey, Sister Lynn out there in Hermiston, Oregon, if I remember correctly. And when I was out there recently, I was not able to meet up with you because I went right through Hermiston, right down to Stanfield, was up in Pasco. I was right in your neighborhood, Miss Lynn. All right, so we're going to take, like I said, black pepper. Now I'm going to do these a little bit differently. One with a little bit more pepper, one with a little bit less. And one side will always be a little bit heavier than the other. That's the way I typically do it. So good old kosher salt. Make a nice little crust on there. There we go. We're just going to pat that in. Kind of force that into the meat there. Let that sit for a moment. There we go. Stick that up out the way. Well, we had a good time out there. I mean, I'm sure you know Pasco. Not exactly the best place to park for a weekend. Like I said, Stansfield was a little bit better. But, we do what we can. But I was right there in your neighborhood. All right, so let me I'm gonna get my handy dandy doodad here. Plug this back in. Plug that one in if I can. There we go. So like I said, we're doing this carpentry here is definitely going to make it a lot nicer as far as having more space in the cabinet, because we're able to use the space a lot more efficiently. I don't know why that's... I don't know why that's beeping, but everything else is turned off, so it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so I don't know why that's beeping, but bear with me on that. Yeah, Stansfield's pretty small, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna make do. All right, let me put that up there, out the way. So hopefully this works. You know, so hopefully we don't have too much in the way of issues here. All right, like I said, trying to do construction, moving things in and out of the truck, testing fitting, taking it back out, modifying, put it back in, see what's worked, see what doesn't. I will get this cabinet done by the end of this week at the latest. But it's one of them things, it's just not having any space to do what we want to do makes it a little bit tough. All right, so. Green onion, there we go. Need a bit of butter. Butter. Where's my butter? Here's my butter. And we'll get a couple other ingredients out there in a bit. But first is first. Is that okay? That's charging again, so that stopped beeping. So we're safe. So we got some baby portobello mushrooms, a little bit sliced ones. We got some yellow onion. We got some green onion and some butter. We have some beef demi-glace. We got soy sauce. We got some browning sauce. We still have, I think it's lima beans we still have. It's either green beans or lima beans we still have, which we're going to make use of here for our dinner. But like I said, we got 2 New York strip steaks. This one's a little bit larger there, so, you know, this is about close to 7/10 of a pound. That's about, you know, about half a pound, a little over half a pound right there. So I'm going to take that. Just going to give that a quick wipe. There we go. And we have some aluminum foil around here, so when the steaks come out, then we're going to put the these on the in a bit of aluminum foil to hold their temperature in, and a little bit more, just a touch more black pepper here on this side. There we go. Just another squeeze or so of black pepper. Put that lid right back on. All right, that's fine. So the mushrooms, a bit of onion, butter, demi-glace, water, some seasoning will all go into the sauce. Back in there. That is just saying, of course, when you need it, it's going kerflooey. Get that running again. All right, so already starting to see some color on there. That's cooking through, so we are good to go with that. All right. But we are just going to continue to move some things around here while we're cooking. So, like I said, please bear with me. There isn't a whole lot. Like I said, being in the truck is well. See, the engine has the shutdown thing on it. The APU runs pretty good, but it's a machine, so it does kooky things. I'm just going to set all of that there. As long as it stays on, and we got everything else the truck turned off, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Cross our fingers. All right, so for the moment, we're just going to kind of tuck things up in where we can. Put that right there. Like I say, it was cramped enough in the truck with just myself. Now, when we are adding another person onto the truck, the complication not just doubles, it almost triples or quadruples the arrangements you got to make. Hey, King Queen Stacking, Healthy Living with Miss Renee the barber. How you doing, Miss Renee? I might be stealing that glaze recipe for that catfish. I might be stealing that. That looked good. Got to watch or at least listen to Miss Renee. She had a new video up she made catfish. So, we might be doing that. I might be stealing that recipe. Let's see. Yeah, let me go ahead and put the announcement up here. Pardon me. For the new people who do ask. Mashed potato and veg. And a garlic bread. There we go. I think that'll work. Yeah, let people know what was going on. So we're doing New York strip steak because at the time that I started, it was basically a Thai, and I guess I'm just using my powers that are, and I'm taking advantage of it. And I'm going to have the New York strip, which is actually the meal that I wanted to make. So we got a nice bit of color on there. We're going to rotate this a little bit. Like I said, this is not the absolute best New York strip. I did not have time to marinate it for 4 or 5 days, so it's not exactly going to be the best New York strip, but it'll be a good New York strip because it's a good, a decent cut of meat in my opinion. So that's what we're doing. All right, just getting things tucked away here a little bit. Like I said, doing the construction, doing some carpentry to work on shelving makes things a little bit good. All right, so here's something else I did pick up through through Amazon a set of bamboo steamers. So see, it's open there. So we have a stack. We have two stacks with a nice bamboo woven lid. The entire construction is bamboo, no glue, no nails, 100% bamboo. So we're gonna try to do some steaming stuff with that. And along with that, in that same vein, I also made sure I picked up some tempura batter mix. I will be doing some tempura, like they're on the cover there that shows shrimp. But we're gonna do zucchini. We're gonna do carrots, onion, green onion, leek, bok choy, chicken, little bits of beef, little bits of fish, crab, shrimp. We're gonna have a good old time with that. Which means that I will be doing some exploration with deep frying in my Instant Pot. Now, Instant Pot, the 6 quart, 7 quart, and I believe the 8 or 9 quart have an air fryer lid. There's a lid that puts down that turns your Instant Pot into an air fryer. I bought one for my sister because she has the larger model. Unfortunately, they do not make it for the 3 quart model, which I have. Because I would get that if they made it in a 3 quart size. But they don't. So, kind of out of luck on that one. So, got to move some stuff around here, like I said. All right. Put that in there. That there. There we go. So, it's a whole lot of rigmarole to make things work in the truck. Now, cooking, which, as you all know, I do a lot of. 90+% of my meal, 95% plus of my meals are things that I cook. Which, I'm picky when it comes to food. I don't want to have food that I'm disappointed in. I don't want to waste my time, and especially my money, on garbage food. If I got to waste my time on garbage food, I'm not a happy person. I'm not. I just cannot stand bad food. It drives me up the freaking wall. Is what it does. Set that over there. And I'm trying to clean up back here as well, along the back wall. Turn that on. Okay, so let me see right here. So this piece of plywood right here is attached to the shelf right here at the foot of the bed. So my feet actually go under here. So you see I got some new shelving here for Christina. So she has a place for clothes. She also has a place for clothes in the cabinet here. But like I said, moving 2 people on the truck requires a lot more. So I have another 4 foot by 2 foot board here. I have 4 more of these baskets here that I'm going to put that board here, attach it all together, put the other 2 baskets here and here, here and here, to give much more storage space. Mother F trucker, how you doing? All right. Steaks are almost done. So we're going to get a lot more storage space on the back wall here. All right, let me find my stuff here. Stick that right there. Try to make use of my tray here. There we go. Stick that up there. All right, so we're going to take this out. Got a bit of the old Reynolds wrap. Stick those in there. We're going to let the carryover heat do its thing. Roll that up. Get that nice and hot off to the side. Which, like I've said before, being in the truck, I have to make the compromises on how things can get done. This 1800 watt inverter can only handle so much at one time. So, try to get that fat and all that flavor off of there, because we're going to use that right there. Turn that off. Unplug that. When this cools down sufficiently, we'll put that out the way. Okay. Move that out the way up there. Put that out the way over there. I wish I could cut this net right off, but I can't. All right, so for dinner, like I said, we are using instant mashed potatoes. Now, because the of course that dies now. All right, let me see if I can do this. All right, that's not going to stretch. The battery just died on the extra light here, so hold on a second. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. No, I can't. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, okay. Let me, I guess I got to open this, see if I can't get a more light in here. There we go. All right. The fun of video making. So the battery on here died. I guess I need to either pick up a new one or let that charge a lot more. So we'll make do. We'll make do. And the less you see me anyway, probably the better off everybody is. So we got to get our Instant Pot out, which, pardon me. Let me move that up a little bit. See if I can reach in here and grab it. All right. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we got our Instant Pot out. And as, like I said, as soon as we are able, we're first going to get our vegetables cooked. Then we're going to cook our mashed potato. Well, it doesn't really matter which way we do it, but we're going to get our mashed potatoes done. We're going to get our vegetable heated up. Like I said, we're not trying to cook the vegetable till it's destroyed. We're going to cook the vegetable so that it's basically just heated through. So if we need to, we'll make use of more aluminum foil. And like I said, just try to do our best with what we got. Okay, so I'm going to take that there. Let's actually see what vegetable we got, because I don't remember. Yeah, we got lima beans. All right, so good old lima beans. So we're just going to put a bunch of those in there. And that's enough for 2 people. I'm gonna stick that up in there. Tomorrow, while we're moving, so we got to do our best to tomorrow to to defrost and clean this sucker out, because unfortunately, it just isn't as clean as it should be. But so we're going to put a little water in there. Let's see what this says here. All right, we're just going to make it quick and dirty. We're just going to hit pressure cook. I think we'll just put those on for 8 minutes. Like I said, we're not doing a whole heck of a lot here, you know. So we're going to make use of it as we can. So that's going to pressurize. It's going to cook them a little bit faster, which we need. Like I said, I still have the mashed potatoes to do, which I got to find my other insert, and we're going to make the instant mashed potato, which is not. I don't really want to do instant, but there are times where, like I said, if I had my hot plate, I'd be making regular potatoes and mashing them myself. I got them right here. You know, I got potatoes right here. But necessity being what it is, you know, with the work that I'm trying to do, with, you know, carpentry wise, yeah, you know, sometimes we got to do it. But of the ones that, you know, are instant, the Idahoan, to me, it gives you the best consistency. Now, we are going to add to this lots of butter, milk, you know, some canned milk. There we go. I got a thing right here. So we got a little bit of evaporated milk. I just call it canned milk, not condensed milk. Condensed milk is something different. This still has more water in it than condensed milk. You have milk, then you have, you know, you take some of the water out. You have evaporated milk. You take even more water out. You have condensed milk. But like I said, we're going to add a bit of this. We're going to add some butter, salt, and pepper, of course. There we go. I got all my hair cut, not just the one. So definitely feels a lot better with the summer heat. Christina's nice. She's a good person, but circumstances, I'm not going to go into it but like I said I would bring her on the truck. Bang. So I got my friend with me, and when circumstances change, she'll do what she needs to do, and we'll go from there. I'm not going to elaborate on it more than that. But other than that, you know, like I said, a little bit of things that I wanted to do now just kind of got moved up in the order of priorities. So, you know, we, you know, this cabinet that I want to build, I've always wanted to do it, but now I knew now I just had more of an impetus to get it done. You know, so. All right, so this is cooling down. We're going to open up the panini maker here. We're going to let that radiate out a little bit. The juice, you know, the fat that's in here, we're going to save that little bit extra nutrients and flavor. We're going to make our sauce / gravy for the mashed potatoes. All right. My world, my way, Helen? Yes. Just like, okay, so you know where buttermilk comes from? It comes from taking your heavy cream, taking the milk, the solids out of it, which turns into butter, and all that water, all that liquid that's left over afterwards, that's buttermilk. So when you take a heavy, take a thing of heavy whipping cream, right, and then you put it in a mason jar or in your stand mixer or whatnot. Put the whisk attachment on it, whip it up, and eventually the milk solids will come out of there. And then you take the milk solids, you put it into a bowl on the side. All the liquid that's left in there is your buttermilk. You take that off, put it aside. The milk solids that's becoming the butter, you take a wooden spoon and you beat that to push out even more water, more of that buttermilk. You keep dumping that off to the side till it gets to the consistency you want. Add your salt, add your herbs, whatever you want, and you just made yourself some fresh butter, with or without salt, with or without any kind of herbs like garlic or basil or Italian seasoning or whatever, cayenne pepper, whatever you want. And now you have made your own fresh butter. You made your own fresh buttermilk. It's a win-win. So now you take that buttermilk, you make some pancakes, you make some waffles, you make some biscuits. You take that butter, you put it on those things, bing, bang, boom. Everybody's happy. All right, so we got that going. So we're going to let this cook here. We got our lima beans in here. We got our lima beans going in the Instant Pot. When they get ready to come out, pardon me, we're going to be A-okay. Let me try to put some of this stuff back here. Like I said, lots of work to be done. It's still being done today. It was nice to have the day off to do that. But at the same time, it's been hectic. Been hectic. All right, yeah. Okay. Well, let me move this out the way. I might need a hand with this, I think, but we will see. First things first. So put that way. So, other than that, things are doing pretty good. Like I said, we have a combine head, which has, a combine head is that big wide part that's on front of a combine that actually initially cuts whatever they're harvesting. This one we have on, is a bean head, 30 foot wide, and at the front, the very bottom of it has, like hair trimmer. It's got the little blades that go back and forth like this and cut the plant off. Then it's got the big winnowing spikes on top that spin around, and then it goes into the machine. The beans are taken off. All the rest of the plant is chopped up and thrown off to the side. So that's what we got, and we're going to Terre Haute, Indiana. Just a little bit south of a little place called Farmersburg, Indiana. Now, we are still in need of an actual address, which is the whole way we actually make a delivery. So pardon me here, I got to get this out of the way so my friend can get back in the truck. All right. Like I said, lots of doing all day, every day. So we can't get this put in place. Almost. There we go. Why is that one shorter? That one's shorter. I'll put that. Well, that's in the back there, so let's take a look at that. There we go. So here's the one that was already up. Here's the new board. I don't know why this is actually shorter. It's supposed to be the same size, but the thickness is the same. We got a metal bar across the top, which it's supposed to tie them together. So we're going to screw down. It's a little bit of C channel. Sits over the very top here. It's going to lock them in together. Like I said, I got more of these baskets. I got one up here. I got more of these metal baskets here. I got 4 more. So one here, then here and here. A lot more storage right there along the back wall of the truck. And that will work. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit, I don't know why it's shorter. I really don't understand why it's shorter, but there you go. So we're going to get storage there. We got the storage right here. Work on that. But other than that, we are doing good. So that's the Instant Pot here has gotten up to proper pressure, proper temperature. That's going to boil and pressurize those lima beans. Get those nice and done. And I need to find my other piece here. Like I said, unfortunately, my hot plate decided it wanted, it died on us, but because of stuff falling out, because of a pothole. So we got to make a little bit, do things a little bit different. Which, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I've been there. There we go. So it just necessitates, being a little bit more creative. So we're going to make our match. We're going to take this out here, lima beans out of here. We're just going to set them off to the side. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to put this liner, the stainless steel liner, in there. We're going to do our mashed potatoes in here. Like I said, we are using the instant because of necessity of today, because I don't have the proper, the thing that I want to use. So, to do it the way I want it to be done. So, 1/4, 1 cup of cold water, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Do not add milk until step 3. Heat to a boil, remove from heat. Add a 1/2 cup of cold milk. Blah, 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 blah. Let stand until moist. Whip lightly with fork and serve. And of course, they got the microwave directions. We're just going to use the stovetop directions in the Instant Pot. We're not going to have the lid on. We're just going to basically have it on saute, let it do its thing. Like I said, evaporated milk, butter, salt, pepper, and then when we're done, the lima beans, we're going to drain those off. We're going to set those aside. We're going to make our sauce in here as well. So a little bit of jockeying going on, but shouldn't be too bad. And then at the last moment, we're going to take a little bit of this brioche bread here, this brioche roll, and we are going to make ourselves a little bit of garlic bread. So we're going to take 2 of those for the moment. Now they look like little miniature hoagie rolls. Hey, Mr. Roland Keith. Wanda White. Sorry I didn't say hello, Wanda. Mr. Roland Keith, always a pleasure having you in, sir. So let's get a, yeah, look at a knife. We got ourselves a knife here. And we're just going to slice that open. And hopefully, without slicing the old hand. There we go. And where did my cleaning pipes go? There they are. There we go. All right. And of course, like everything else, do it the shortcut way. Well, that didn't come out of there very well. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Throw that in the thing there. And get my towel. Get wipe, dry it off. Put that back in there the right way. There we go. And we're going to take a little bit, we're going to use a little bit of the butter here. Now, pretty much this brick of Kerrygold butter is going to be done with after this meal. So 3 more minutes for the lima beans. And I think we should be done. Now we also, besides using the brioche rolls, I'm going to grab these here. We could have used your regular standard, we could use our standard, flour tortilla, butter, red chili flakes, Italian seasoning, a little bit of olive oil, pan fry that till it gets golden and crispy on it, flip it over, do the other side, cut it into wedges, poor man's quick Mexican type garlic bread. Wanda, why? Yes, I took the microwave / air fryer / convection oven out. Well, first of all, the one I had originally, which was just a microwave, I took out. The new one I replaced it with, which I got through Amazon, was a Farberware, pretty good piece of equipment. In reality, it was a waste of money. It was a $200 unit. It was a good unit. I'm not saying anything about its quality or anything. It was a good piece of equipment. But I came to the realization that I just never used it. The only thing that in the 2 months I had the new microwave, two bags of popcorn, and I think I heated up a bowl, one of them little instant cups of soup. That's all I used it in 2 months, 3 times. 2 things of popcorn, 1 little Dinty Moore or Campbell's soup, and a little microwave cup with a peel-off lid. It was just taking up space that, when I was by myself, I could tolerate that. I had all the space I needed. Well, didn't have all the space I wanted, but I had the space I needed. Now, having somebody else on the truck, it was just something that was in the way. So I got rid of it. I just, when that last time I was in Georgia, stopped at the Loves there north of Atlanta, Emerson, Georgia. Sister brought some stuff from Amazon that I had ordered, my mail and whatnot, and I gave her that microwave / convection / air fryer. It just wasn't worth my time. I do more things without a microwave than, microwave is a good tool. I mean, it's a good piece of equipment for most people, but for me, it was just a waste, Alrighty. So we got this open. It smells like lima beans to me. Alright, so put that in there, put both sides. Set that over there. All right, this is going a little bit slower today. I do apologize for that, but blah, 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 blah. Okay. I need me a... Pardon me. Measure cup around here somewhere. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that ain't any other. Nope. Yeah, so, it's just right at the moment, things are a bit hectic. Here we go. Got a measuring cup right here. So, for the next, the past, what is it? Well, what is it? 10 days, 11 days so far? It's been fairly decent, having another person on the truck is definitely something to get used to. My entire driving career up to this point has been 100% solo. I've never had a driver trainer. I never had to deal with anybody in my truck. Well, except for, one time at Schneider where, I had the safety guy do his annual inspection thing, blah, blah, blah. So, other than that, it really hasn't been I've been fortunate. I didn't ever have to share with anybody. Now we're stepping over each other. Hey, where's this? Where's that? Things have to move away from where I normally want them in order to get things done. Let's see here. We got 2 packets of this. So we have to set that right there, I think. So we need 2 cups of water. Let me put that out the way. There we go. So we're going to take a towel here so we can put our lima beans out the way without burning the plastic carpet, which I use cotton towels, whatnot. Those out. So those are nice and cooked, pressure cooked. You gotta set that there, and we set it on a towel so it doesn't burn the plastic, polyester, nylon, rayon, whatever kind of plastic the stupid carpet's made out of. Now I need my, here we go. So now we got our other insert here for the Instant Pot. We're going to hit cancel on that. Going to hit saute on that. So that's going to heat this up without the lid being on. Right. And now we need some Wasser. In Japanese, mizu. Let me just make sure I'm seeing where 2 cups is at. There we go. So 2 cups of water. And we're going to go just a slightly bit less than 2 cups. There we go. Because I'm going to make it up with more milk than what it suggested be. Blah, 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 blah. So like I said, we're using 2 packs. This says 3 servings. But I like mashed potatoes. And for an instant, this particular brand is pretty dang good for me. So I'll have big helpings of mashed potatoes. Make sure that's settled all to the bottom there. Then once we get this made, we'll take this out. Get out of the way. Where's my trash bag at? There's my trash bag. Where it shouldn't be, but there you go. So once we get this made, then we can make our sauce. So like we got a little bit of mushroom here. We got some onion. We're going to saute the onion. We're going to saute some mushrooms. We got some garlic, which we're going to put in the mashed potato as well. So for the moment, I'm going to combine these packs here just to make it a little bit easier on myself. that right there. We'll throw that away. All right, so let me actually go ahead and make this announcement now. Why not? That way you guys can vote a little bit earlier, because I know having it just on Friday, you don't give you a whole lot of time, especially if you're not able to get online as rapidly for the next vote. So next week, next Sunday, dinner number 7. I'm going to make the announcement here, and I will post the video and announcement like I normally do on Friday, but I'm going to try to do it a bit earlier in the week. That way, you guys have more time to vote, change your vote, whatnot. So, next Sunday, the next Sunday's dinner number 7. Number 1, chicken and dumplings. And as we are going into fall, I mean, let's see here. What's today? Today is the 20th. 2 days. 2 days here. We're going into autumn, into fall. Guys like Roland Keith down there in Australia, he's going to be going into spring. So number 1, a good fall, wintertime meal, chicken and dumplings. We're going to do 2 types of dumplings. We're going to do flat dumplings. We're going to do drop dumplings, and you'll see what I mean by that when we get to it. And that's the 2 kind of dumplings my family's always done. So a basic boiled chicken, and then your put that on there. Get that pressure up there a little bit. We don't need that. All right, so chicken and dumplings. Number 2, again, meatloaf with potatoes and green beans, done in the Instant Pot, so you'll see that. 2, chili without beans, and this is going to be Christina's recipe more than mine. You've seen my recipe, how I do it, but you're going to see her. This is going to be primarily her recipe, the way she would like it. So it's going to be new to me, be new to her. Number 4, chicken cacciatore. I've never made chicken cacciatore, so why not? Let's give it a go. Whatever you guys vote is what's going to be there. And number 5, breakfast. Whether that's omelets, whether that's pancakes, pork chops, biscuit and gravy, potatoes and eggs. Who knows? Something breakfast. So that's next week's menu. Chicken and dumplings, meatloaf with potatoes and green beans, chili without beans, that was her thing, chicken cacciatore, or breakfast of some type. So, like I said, that will be posted soon, but your vote, as usual, will determine that. So that's starting to get the temperature up, starting to boil. I could use a spoon here, I think. Here we go. Get some more of the towels out of my way. So as we go into autumn, the kettle is getting used a little bit more. Her coffee, her tea, my hot chocolate, boiling some water for some oatmeal in the morning. You just pour it off, let it sit, stir it up, good to go. So another, I don't have any of those 12-volt little heaters or lunch boxes, what some guys have. I refuse to use that stuff because it's just not going to give me the results I want. All right, so we're gonna get a good old wooden spoon out here. There we go. Stick the phone out the way. So this is boiling. Get this towel up here. Set that right there. Catch that. All right, so we're gonna take a little bit of salt to start with. Get out of the way. So we're gonna get a little bit of salt to start with. You know, good old pinch of that. We're going to stir this in. Try to keep the lumps down a little bit because instant shouldn't have lumps. Now, if I was doing this with regular potatoes, yeah, I wouldn't be mashing the potatoes. I'd be stirring the potatoes, you know, and it'd be kind of, you know, it'd be a mashed potato with lumps in it. So there we go. And we will add water and milk and whatever else we need to as we need to. I can find me something to hold this pan with. There we go. Grab me a knife. I'm going to throw in our butter because I want these nice and fat. And of course, instant is nowhere near as good as a fresh, you know. But you know, there you go. So we will do what we can. So shake this up so it's all nice and even and congealed. You know, not all, you know, destroyed. We'll turn that off. We don't need any more of that heat. And it tells you right there, shake well. Open that up there. Little breather hole on that side. Put that in like that. Now this would be better definitely in the non-stick in the non-stick bowl, but you know, we are doing as we can. Take a little more of the butter here. If I find my knife, there we go. Put that in there like that. And that milk and that butter is going to loosen it up a little bit, because right now it is, because it's the instant stuff, it's a little bit gummy. That up. Put the rest of the milk in. Put that back in the trash. There we go. That's going to be as creamy as we can make it. And it will stay firm. There we go. But that's going to be good. Right. Now we just need a bowl to put this in. This should be, I think this will be sufficient. I said, unfortunately, the consistency is not what I typically want because it is instant, but because I like that little bit of of the graininess of the potato itself. But big old thing of mashed potato. Set that to the side. Take a little bit of our miracle foil here. Stick that right on top. Set that right there. Where my butter at? I'll stick that butter right there. Decided he wanted to jump for it. All right, so throw that away. So now we're going to take our brioche buns here. We're going to go ahead and get those kind of buttered up here real quick. At least get them ready. Stick it right there. Chicken and dumplings in the oh yeah. Well, like I said, there are times where it's more important just to have it done than to have it the absolute perfect way. Now, every single one of us that grew up, and when a cake or cookies or something was being made, ooh, can I lick the beater? Can I lick the spoon? The answer is yes. The advantage of being the chef. Well, I got to make sure it's not poisonous, right? I don't want you guys getting hurt. All right, so we're gonna spread our butter out here a little bit. I think it needs to warm up a little bit more, so I guess we'll just sit on the side there. We'll sit right there. All right, so now we got to drain our lima beans here. The pan is cooled down enough that I can handle it. We got a little scooper here. Things are jumping off at me. So we're just going to scoop the lima beans out instead of trying to dump this. So nice little spoon. Drain most of that water off. I'm just going to stick them right in here. We're going to throw a little bit of butter on these, I think. So normally I would put these on the stove top, in a pan and let them boil for about an hour. Throw that to the side. Stick that up in there. Good. We're just going to take that, stuff that right in there. Help to soak up that, soak into that mashed potato that's stuck in there. Now we just got a little bit of water in here. So we're just going to dry that out. Bing, bang, boom. We're going to set our lid here. We don't need the lid, so we're just going to kind of throw that out the way. Put our lima beans up here, out the way, as much as we can with the situation as it be. Yeah, so we need a little bit of garlic. We're not using fresh garlic. We're using the chopped stuff, or whatever. That's chicken. I don't want chicken. There's the beef. Where's the beef? Well, settle down, lady. Here's the beef. All right, so better than bouillon. This is what is typically called in French cooking a demi-glace. D-E-M-I-G-L-A-C-E. -GLAC, demi-glace, which is basically a concentrated stock. You know, so that's a heavy paste in there. We need a small container here. And a spoon would be nice. Let's get a spoon here. I'm going to scoop out a little bit of this. Just a tad more. Now this is heavily concentrated beef flavor, which is really handy to have. It's better than the little cubes, which makes it, those cubes have way too much salt. They just don't have a great flavor. This has a much better flavor. They got ham, pork, chicken, beef, and vegetable flavors. It might have more than that, but I typically stick to the beef and to the chicken. Those are my two. I mean, like I said, the vegetables okay, but yeah, just do the easy one. Well, actually, we need a cup here, a real cup. Yeah. This will be a little bit better. My donut cup. Right. So we'll actually put that in there. There we go. We'll wash that out in a moment. So into this cup, we got our demi-glace in there. We take a little bit of water. We're going to add a bit of garlic. We're just going to use our buttery knife in there. Touch of garlic. Let that kind of steep together. Set that off to the side. All right, now, clam. I have not seen that, Wanda. I may have to try it. If they have a seafood varieties, I might want to do that because, you know, I would definitely try that. All right, so we're going to let this, let's see if we can, you see the water is changing color, getting brown as this dissolves. Let's see if we can find our I don't know where my herb mix went to. I don't see it in there. It's somewhere around here, but whatever. We'll just go with what we can. So we're going to turn this on to saute again. We got another bunch of stuff jumping out trying to kill us. Right. All right, so we got some more Kerrygold butter. And we got a little bit of A1 steak sauce. We'll put the lid around it. So a little bit of A1 steak sauce. And we got some tomato paste. All of this is going to go in here to make our meal as good as we can make it. So, take up a nice slice of butter here. And it sounds to me like laundry has been completed. So we're going to fold that up as well we can. All right. So, butter. So the butter is getting melted in the Instant Pot. Excuse me. Then once the gravy is made, we're going to fire the panini maker back up, and we will do our little bit of garlic bread real quick. Really, it's just going to be toast. We're not going to put anything, no herbs or seasoning on it. We're just going to do it as we can. All right, let me get this out the way here. There. There we go.
Got here just in time to clean up.
Yep, that's right. All right. So we're not going to be. I don't know where my whisk went to, so we're not going to worry about it.
It was rectangular.
There we go. We're going to get our cutting board out here real quick.
Hi everyone. I'm here just in time to clean up.
So get our nice big knife out. Gonna get our onion. Get a little bit of yellow onion here to start with. Not a lot. We're just going to use a tiny amount here. And of course, we're going to do. Like I said, we just want to saute this a little bit. There we go. We'll throw that into the old butter here. Let those release their liquid. And that's going to help to sweeten them up. And that's going to be one of those things that flavors the meal. Like I said, we got the garlic in here, so we're not going to put any. We're not going to put the garlic into the into there. Get off the spoon there. Kind of clean that off. We're going to throw it up there in the dirty pan until we do that. So we're going to take a little bit of our A1 sauce. We're going to put that in our liquid here. Just a touch. We're not looking to really overpower it with all the seasoning and spices that's in the A1 sauce. Yeah, if I can just find my our tomato paste. There we go. So we don't scratch our non-stick pan here, we'll just use our silicone tongs here. There we go. So to the side. Yeah. In there, we did it. Okay. So we got a little bit of mushroom here. We're just going to use, 2 big pieces here. We're not going to go too wild with it. So we're just going to take these and just kind of. We don't want too big of a pieces. We want a little bit chunks, but we don't want massive pieces here. So we're just going to. That. You just let those saute for a moment. Now, mushrooms do not take a long time to cook, period. So that's something that you typically want to wait till almost the last minute with a mushroom, in my opinion. Some people like them really, really soaked. I guess it's more of a thing of how fresh they are. I didn't pick these. I'm not cooking them the same day they came out of the ground, so they're not absolute perfect. Nathaniel Lee, hey, Fairy Wire on the road. Well, there we go. Ross Romes, how you doing? Thank you for coming in, sir. I always appreciate it. And Miss Renee already gave her vote for next week. Is your steak ready? No, your steak ain't ready because you ain't made it yet. All right, so. There we go. Just like that. Now those are done sufficiently, in my opinion. If I knew where my flour was, I could use that, but I don't know where it is, so oops. No, it's probably under here. Probably where it's at. Let's see. Let's take a peek. Ah, there it is. Let's see if I can't grab it here. There we go. Wondra flour. Here we go. This is going to be a little bit of thickening agent, like I've said before. This is, if you're going to add flour to it, this is the best one to use because it is nice and fine, very finely ground. Unlike regular flour is. We're going to stir that up. Get that mixed with all the butter that's in there. There we go. Then, because we're not trying to make a super impressive sauce. B-Blood, Nathaniel Lee, how you doing? So we're gonna get that in there. We're gonna let that thicken up. Then that will, when that's sufficiently nice, we're gonna put that on top of our steak. There we go. We're just gonna stir that around. Let that temperature come up there a little bit, and we should be good to go. And of course, for the very, very top, a little bit of green onion here to bring a little bit of that freshness, bring a little bit of that vibrant flavor in. So we're just gonna cut that, get that thrown away. So we're just going to inspect that, cut off any bits that we don't like. Like I said, because I don't have a really good refrigerator, and I don't have the room to properly do as many things. Vegetables don't last as long as I would truly like them to. So we always got to be a little bit more mindful of things like that. So we're going to take a little cup here, just throw that into there, just to keep those from going all over the place. There we go. As that cooks down, that'll thicken up a little bit. At least that's the hope. Four hours and 20 minutes of drive time. We are in Mount Vernon, Illinois, at the Hucks, the Flying J, right up at exit 95. Yep, that's precisely where we are. Let's see. Well, kind of Doctor Who. All right. Oh my God, it's R2-D2. I love him in Star Trek. So it really gets the nerds all upset. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste, just a touch. Bring a little bit more of that tomatoey sweetness in there. Now we could put it in the beginning and have it really cook a little bit, but I wanted a little bit more raw this time. So we should be good to go with that. Let's see here. Little Clorox wipes here.
Is there anything I can do?
Nope, not. Pretty much ready to go almost. So we're just going to clean this off here real quick. Clean that off. Just going to straighten up right before we serve. But other than that, we are good to go. Walmart has hot plates. Yes, they do. They have one in there that I saw it. Hopefully I can grab that before we actually leave tomorrow, because unfortunately, I still do not have an address to deliver. And my last hot plate, I got it at Walmart. They're in Bruton, Alabama, and I've had that one for over 3.5 years. It was a very good little $10, hot plate. So it be good. All right, so if I can find my sheath here, that'd be nice. Oh, here it is, right where I left it. Right. We got the board here.
Oh, good.
So unfortunately, I don't know why it's not the same size, but it'll work. I'll make it work. All right, so we're going to put this away. I need to put another board on top here, but that's going to fit right in there. And the door is able to shut, so that'll work. So I just got to adjust the little plate here, bring it a little more forward, outward a little bit more. But it fits in there nice and neat. I only got one shelf in there right now, but the Instant Pot fits all the way down at the bottom, so we'll be able to get the stuff in there like we need. And plus, we can actually put probably 4 more rolling shelves. I have 2 more shelves in there, but we could probably have 4 sliding shelves.
Smart. I know you work hard on that.
I'm smart enough to know that I need the space. All right, so that is done. We're going to unplug the Instant Pot. We're going to plug back in our panini maker, get that hot. We're going to take the rest of our sauce, our juice from cooking the steaks, and dump that in there. Heat that up. Stick that right down there so it can do what it needs to do. I'm just going to use a towel there in case it. So we're going to use our steak with the pepper and the salt on there. We're just going to use that for a little bit of the flavoring on our bread. So we're just going to take our little brioche rolls, a bit of butter in there. We're just going to stick that right on there, like that. We're going to toast those up real quick. That should be good. I'm just going to stick that there. Okay, so now time to set up a plate. So we're gonna get Christina's plate here. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, that's exactly how I look at it, B-Blood. How much does it cost to use every single day? Why would I rely on the restaurant, whose cost is all the labor and insurance and all the other jazz? I do it myself, and it pennies a day for the tools. All right, so a little bit of the lima beans. We're going to throw that right there. A little bit of mashed potatoes. Heavy on the milk and the. Oh, come on, get there. That should be enough, right? Okay. And we're going to grab a steak here. Nice and hot still from the being wrapped up in the foil. Just salt and pepper. There we go. Stick that way, I think. Get this juice out of here. Dump that right in there. There we go. All that extra flavor, we want that. So, stir that up. There we go. A little bit thicker would be nicer, but we take what we can get. All right. Sunshine Cooper, how you doing? We are doing good here, and we appreciate you coming in. All right, so let me get a a fork here. Then we're gonna get a spoon for the sauce. Where'd my towel go? Heating up. The bread's gonna take a little bit extra moment. I forgot to actually turn it on. All right, let's see. All right, here we are. So we got our sauce here, full of mushrooms and whatnot. So grab that right. There we go. Give Christine a little more of the mushrooms here.
I like them.
And a little bit of the sauce for there. Not as thick as I would like it, but there we go. But a nice plate. New York strip. A little bit of lima beans, mashed potato, a bit of mushroom and onion sauce. Not too bad. Bon appetit. And if you need, let's see, where's the salt at? I don't know if you need any more salt. There's the salt if you need it. And then once the bread is ready, we'll be good to go. Give me a plate now. You probably need a knife too, don't you?
Yes, please.
All right. What was I doing?
Bread?
No. Well, the bread said going to take a moment here. You got to give me a plate.
What's beeping?
Huh? Oh, the inverter is beeping because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So the battery level is a little bit low. We'll have another thing we haven't looked at once we get up to headquarters. All right. So stick that right there, I think. Lima beans. There we go. Like I said, mashed potatoes. And I will probably eat the rest of this once it's over with. Dinner's done. Put that in there. And a little bit of the sauce here. Now, I prefer on my steak typically just good old soy sauce, but there we go. A little bit of green onion.
Sure. I like that.
A little bit of green onion there.
Cute.
All right. Yeah, dang it. Well, that didn't come out too well. That piece is not too bad. There we go. That piece got a little burnt. That's okay.
You want half of this one?
No, you do. That's yours. There we go. All right, so dinner is served. We're going to plug that. So here we go. Let me put the rest of those green onions on there. There we go. So steak, potato, a little bit of mushroom, onion gravy, a little bit of lima beans, and ready to go. So we're going to throw that up there, and we're going to say thank you all very much. I do appreciate it. And let me go ahead and review the meal again for next week in case anybody missed it. And I will be posting that video as soon as possible. So next Sunday dinner number 7. Number 1, chicken and dumplings. Number 2, meatloaf and potatoes with green beans. I think I said that for this week, but I think I was wrong with that. Chili without beans, which is primarily going to be Christina's recipe, because she said without beans, so I'm going to leave the ingredients up to her. Number 4, chicken cacciatore, which I've never made. Have you ever made chicken cacciatore?
I have a recipe.
She has a recipe.
Cheeto friendly.
A keto-friendly chicken cacciatore. So if you vote on that and it comes out wrong, we're going to blame her. And the number 5, breakfast of some type. Whether it's an omelet, whether it's waffles, pancakes, pork chops, biscuits, gravy, steak and eggs, potatoes, hash browns. We don't know. We'll see what happens depending on what people vote on. So we'll find out. It might be a bowl of Lucky Charms. Who knows? Whatever breakfast might be. But that's next week's menu. So if you will have it posted on Facebook, we'll have it posted on YouTube as usual. But we're going to try to do it as early in the week as possible to give people as much time to do things. So we are going to continue to do our carpentry here in the truck. Like I said, new backer board here to go along with this one here. We got 4 more baskets I got to hang up, and I got to join those together. Got to figure out why they're not the same size. They should be 4 foot, but one's apparently a couple inches shorter than what it should be. We're working on a cabinet right there. I got 2 more drawers to put on slides. I need another piece up in the top for the cutting board, so that doesn't fall down. And like I said, we'll get all the stuff that is now currently things we have to move back and forth. We're going to get that into a particular place so that we don't have to move that stuff around anymore. And we should be a lot more comfortable. So, we're going to have a little taste of the old steak here. Like I said, if I had time to marinate this a little bit more, overnight or for a couple of days, it'd be definitely a little bit better, but not too bad otherwise.
Very good.
So, Christina gave her very good approval of it, so I am happy with it. Like I said, if I had a little bit more time, if I actually had a hot plate again, which we got to pick up one up ASAP, I could do things a little bit slower, make things a little bit better. But these are the adversities you got to deal with sometimes. It's a cluster in here. There's stuff everywhere because taking everything out of the cabinet, then trying to put the cabinet in, not having enough time to actually finish it. But other than that, we are good to go. So I just want to say thank you for joining me. And thank you, Christina, for doing the laundry. I appreciate it. That definitely helps. It's one less thing I had to do. So next week, you have the menu. I will be posting that video as soon as possible. Bee Blood, Over 50 and Fantabulous, HEC Trucking, Sunshine Cooper, Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber, My World, My Way, Helen, Wanda Wyatt. Let's see who else we have. Nathaniel Lee, always a pleasure, sir. Fairy Wire on the Road. Glad to have you always. Way, Mr. Ross Romes, Sir Ross Romes. Thank you. If you want to see London and all the different boroughs, go to Ross Romes' channel. He drives around and walks around various neighborhoods in London. You get to see a little bit of England, which is always nice. A bit of Britain. Let's see here. Mr. Roland Keith, all the way from Australia. Mr. Stephen Huber from Maryland. King and Queen Stacking. Mr. Brad Parks, also from Australia, pardon me. It Ain't What It Looks Like with Miss Lynn. Thank you very much. Shelly Michelle. Margaret Clark. Josh Super Duty. Thank you all. God bless, and I hope you have a good night. Monday, we should be doing live on Facebook in the morning, and a live in the afternoon on YouTube. If things go like it should be, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, working, which is driving or loading, unloading. Next Saturday and Sunday, dinner course, and then of course Sunday being the audience choice. So we will see you then. Thank you all for coming, and hope you have a good night. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Like you said, good night.